All right, you guys, so today I thought I'd do a quick profile of a couple of items that I picked up at Star Wars Celebration. So we're going to get a look at a couple of Black Series figures that I picked up at Star Wars Celebration back in April of this year. I didn't get a chance to profile these on the channel, so I thought I'd go ahead and get it done today since there's not much to do on this Sunday afternoon here in June. So we're going to take a look at number 10, carded figure number 10, John Dutch Vander. We are also going to get a look at number 2, Luke Skywalker. And then, of course, we are going to get a look at number 17, Princess Leia Organa Broshi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And then, of course, one of my favorites, number 13, Clone Commander Doom. I just love that figure. Just awesome figure. And then last but not least, we're going to look at number 12, Clone Commander Wolf. One of my favorite characters there. So very awesome. So we're going to get a look at each and one of these guys in just a moment. All right, you guys, so again, starting with number 10, John Dutch Vander, we are going to get a look at this figure. Now, he is a Gold Squadron Rebel pilot. I'm sure many of you remember in A New Hope, he is the Y-Wing pilot who went on the, I believe, the initial trench run, if I'm not mistaken, on the Death Star. But we're going to read the back of the card here. I think it's going to tell us specifically his part in the movie. So again, it is number 10, John Dutch Vander. John Dutch Vander is a Rebel Y-Wing pilot in Gold Squadron, which makes the perilous run along the Death Star's trench to reach the battle station's vulnerable exhaust port. And then, of course, we have a nice little sketch like photo of the character as he appears in the live action film, and then of course there's all the nice legalese at the bottom there of the card. And just to give you guys a real close look at him, of course he is fully articulated, as you guys can see there. I am going to keep him on the card. I do enjoy the fact that I was able to get these on a very decent card. Again, I got these at Star Wars Celebration. So there is John Dutch Vander. And next we are going to get a look at number 2, Luke Skywalker. All right, so we're going to get a look at Luke Skywalker here. Number 2, Luke Skywalker. Obviously, this is the Hoth version of Luke Skywalker. He has his Hoth gear on, complete with the goggles. He also has his lightsaber there, along with the lightsaber hilt there. And I believe he has his blaster as well as also included. So we're going to get a look at this particular figure. And by the way, guys, all of these figures, if you have not noticed, are 3.75. But I'm sure you guys already knew that. I just wanted to clarify that. So we're going to get a real close look at Luke. Again, this is Hoth Luke with all of his weapons. And we're going to spin him around here and read the back portion here. And bear with me for just a moment, guys, while I get that situated so you guys can read it. There it is. Okay, so while on patrol on Hoth, Luke is attacked by a carnivorous Wampa that drags young Luke Skywalker to its icy lair. Although wounded, Luke is not ready to become the Wampa's next meal, which we know actually the Tauntaun, his Tauntaun actually becomes the initial meal in the film. But that is the back of that card for Luke Skywalker, and I want to get you guys a good look at the face there. So there it is, guys. And next up we are going to take a look at Princess Leia. All right, you guys. So we're going to get a look at Princess Leia and Organa in her Boshi outfit. Obviously, this is from the Return of the Jedi when she goes to rescue Han, and she is posing as the bounty hunter. So obviously she has her weapon there, the headgear. I believe also included, if you look in her hand there, she has her the detonator there as well, and some other accessories. I'm not quite sure what that third accessory is besides the weapon there, guys. And I do apologize for having her out of frame, but there is a good look at Princess Leia disguised as the bounty hunter. Super, super awesome. Again, she will stay on the card. And they don't really, unfortunately, on this card give you any readables in regards to, you know, why she's in the outfit like they do with Luke and the other characters. So that is unfortunate, but there is the back of that card. Now, unfortunately, when I bought this, she was actually in a lot better condition. The card itself was in a lot better condition than what you guys are seeing here. She was damaged on the way back home a bit, so the card is a bit warped, and the bottom took some damage as well. So she is going to stay carded, but she is most definitely not perfect. So there is Princess Leia. We're going to look at Commander Wolf, one of my favorite Clone War era characters, and there he is in the box, number 12, which is my favorite number. So obviously he is one of my favorite characters, but it's not just because of that. And of course he has his dual blasters there. Looks like he has a backpack that should fit on the back of him there. So really nice, super cool. Pick these up at a very reasonable cost, about, I'd say, anywhere from $5 to $8, depending on the character. And we're going to get a look at the readables on the back for Commander Wolf, and I apologize if that is not in focus. Bear with me for just a moment, guys. So Clone Commander Wolf, leader of the Wolf Pack Squadron. The Clone Commander wears a specialized desert gear on a mission to the sand-swept moons of Obadiah, I hope I pronounced that correctly, to find the missing Jedi shuttle. So of course that is, I believe, in one of the episodes in the Clone Wars cartoon animated series, if I'm not mistaken. So there he is, and let me give you guys a really good look at him. Very cool, awesome. Again, a very nice figure. Very glad to have him. Another one of my favorites here, number 13, is going to be Clone Commander Doom. Awesome, right? Like Dr. Doom, kind of, right? So let's get a look at this guy. He's got both of his weapons there. Green, awesome helmet. Just an awesome figure, and we're gonna pull the back out and read the readables on the back here. So serving under Jedi Commander Tipley and Tiplar, this clone trooper commander leads his unit in an attack against the separatist forces in the Battle of Ringo Vinda. And I hope I pronounced that correctly, but that is the information on him. But he is absolutely awesome. Just an awesome figure, guys, and if you have an opportunity to pick one up, I most definitely suggest that you do. So there he is. There is C-3PO, and we're gonna get you guys a real good close look at him. And I had to get this. I mean, you can't have too many different versions of C-3PO, whether it be the red arm C-3PO, Silver Leg C3PO or the virtual naked showing his insides C3PO. So awesome figure. Part of the episode 1 3.75 line. And we're going to get a look at the back of the card here, guys, and take a look at his readables here. So bear with me for just a moment. So here it states C3PO beginning life as a home-built protocol droid. C3PO was an unfinished bundle of wires and metal before becoming a shiny gold droid we all knew, or know, I should say. And then, of course, these particular figures came with a chip lines. And I want to make sure I get so you guys can see it. There it is. So it says, hello, I am C3PO, human cyborg relations. How may I serve you? How might I serve you? My parts are showing. Oh my goodness. And what do you mean I'm naked? So those are the lines that are given with the little chip voice pack here, which is right there. And very cool. And that was a very cool item that was included with this line of figures. And again, very happy to have him carded. Next figure is going to be Gascon, and also is included with a pit droid as well. And I'm sure you guys know or recall this figure as one of our pod racers here from episode 1. He also comes with the talking chip, and very cool that he comes with the pit droid as well. So very awesome pickup, 2-for-1 figure pickup there. And then, of course, on the back we read his story here, and it says, with his multiple arms, thrill seeker Gascon is uniquely suited for the extreme sport of pod racing. Piloting a cockpit pulled by 2 dangerously powerful engines, he relies on a crew of pit droids to keep him in the race when the action heats up. So very cool. Get you guys a close-up look at the figures on the inside. So there they are. Very cool. Another favorite figure of mine, and favorite of the Clone War era figures, and that is going to be our Destroyer droid. Again, one of the best things out of the prequels, and I'm not a prequel hater. Guys, if you follow the channel, you know I love the prequels. But you know, they're one of the best things to come out of the prequels. One of the best ideas to come out of the prequels were these particular droids, because they were very dangerous, and even the Jedi had a hard time dealing with them because they had their ray shields. So it was an absolutely awesome weapon. And I really wish I had started collecting around the time that this particular line was released, because I most definitely would have army built these as well. I may still do so. However, I'm sure, as you guys know, it's and these figures actually are pretty decently priced. But at the same time, you don't want to overpay on some of these things, and you can end up overpaying if you're not really paying attention to what it is that you're actually purchasing. But I really wanted to have this guy, and I picked him up at a pretty good price. Again, there was a really good couple of vendors at Star Wars Celebration who were very fair in their pricing of their figures, and I picked up a bunch of loose figures that I profiled on the channel shortly after my return from Celebration. Excuse me, guys. So let's take a look at the back of the Destroyer droid card. It states that elite units of the Trade Federation Army, these armored wheeled droids unfold into 2-meter tall walking weapon platforms capable of immense destruction. So again, one of the best things to come out of the prequels there. And then of course on this card you actually get to they show you or profile a couple of the figures that are available in the line. I do have the Palpatine and Rick Ollie, I believe I have. I'm not 100% sure about that. Of course, I have the C-3PO. I do not have R2. So there are quite a few figures that I'm obviously missing out of this line. I don't know if I'm going to ever get an opportunity to complete this line. Right, and then last but never least, you gotta have some Wookiees. You gotta have some Wookiees. So I also picked up these two guys. I almost forgot about these two guys actually, because I had them sitting in a tub outside in the garage, unfortunately, and not with the other guys that I picked up. But I did pick up these two guys at Star Wars Celebration. Again, somewhere in the area. These guys were a little bit more expensive. When I say a little more expensive, just like $1 or $2. I think I paid $8 for this guy, and I think this guy might have been $10. But I mean, they're Wookiees, and I had to have them for my collection. So I didn't care about cost on these guys too much. So let's get a look at the Wookiee Warrior. Awesome. As you can see, he has a bow caster back there. Get you guys a good look at that on the inside. And then, of course, he's got a nice color. Brown on the shoulders, tan. And mean look there. Wookiee Battle Bash. Awesome. And then of course on the back here we have the number 43 Wookiee Warrior. The Wookiees are intelligent, fierce, loyal, and exceedingly strong. When they are peaceful, home planet of Kashyyyk is enveloped by Clone Wars. These ferocious warriors fight the separatist insurgent. Very, very cool figure, and there he is with his weapon there. And then we got Yoda, excuse my thumb there, and old Clone Wars Yoda there. And here's a couple of other figures out of that line, which I would really like to pick up, hopefully at a decent price. So there they are, guys. And we're going to get a look at our other Wookiee Warrior, who is actually a part of the sneak preview set. And I believe it is a set of 4 on these guys. And he is number 3 of 4. Unfortunately, he is the only one that I have out of that set. But awesome. Look at the rope around his neck. And then he's got the beer ties there around his mane or beard or whatever you want to call it on the Wookiees there. Awesome looking weapon there. A couple of shin shields it looks like there. So very cool. Very awesome Wookiee to have in your collection when you're displaying these figures. And we're gonna go ahead and read the back here. So it says, the towering fur-covered Wookiees defend their home planet of Kashyyyk when the Clone Wars shattered their peaceful jungle world. Intelligent, fiercely loyal, and exceedingly strong Wookiees are led into battle by Yoda. Again, we have a few of the figures here, sneak preview figures here, and there's the actually complete set there. One would be Grievous, which would be really cool to get him. And then Tyon Minden, and then of course the Wookiee Warrior that I have, and then R4G9. So it'd be really cool to get the rest of those figures in the set. And then of course we have Anakin's Starfighter, which I actually do have in my collection. So that's very cool. And then we get a good look, and I'm sorry guys, let me pull them back up. A good look at our Wookiee Warrior with his weapon and gear. So that's what he looks like out of the box. And eventually these guys will probably come out of their packaging once I get a nice set of Wookiees together and available to display and kind of have a Kashyyyk diorama set up. So eventually, once I get enough Wookiees, including Chewbacca, most definitely these guys probably will be coming out of the package. All right, guys. So there they are. Just a couple of carded figures that I picked up at Star Wars Celebration, and didn't have an opportunity to get those on film yet. So here they are. And really want to thank the gentlemen, the vendors at the Star Wars Celebration. Very nice gentlemen, and very reasonable priced figures. I had a really good time. So guys, I want to thank you very much for watching this little kind of review of my figures, and may the Force be with you always.